So what's it like being an influencer, bro?
It's weird, man, because like for all of my life, I never really used social media. And then literally since April's like when I started my social media journey, I would say. Started actually posting stuff, stopped caring about what people think.
Yeah.
You know, the whole like all these influencers talk about this. They had that moment where forget it, let's go, let's do it. And no, it's weird, especially specializing in a place like Medellin. It's small in the gringo community.
Yeah.
So if I go out to certain neighborhoods, I was in like one of my low key spots the other day, and this guy's like, bro, I know you, I've seen you. It's not like I have like 1 million followers or anything. He's like, yeah, you're on social media, aren't you? Like, it's weird. It's weird getting recognized in a city, honestly. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. And, you know, I remember 10 years ago, you know, I was doing this course and it was like a social engineering type thing that had challenges. And one of the challenges was you had to go to a restaurant by yourself and you had to pull your phone out and you had to do a 5-minute video and talk about your day or whatever and then submit it as proof of like you're overcoming like social anxiety and stuff. And I remember like I did it. And there was a lot of resistance. I was like, oh my God, like this is fucking hard. You know, especially like 10 years ago, like it wasn't as normal. Yeah. Now you got kids like just running around doing whatever. You know, they don't give a fuck. But I remember like 10 years ago, and it's crazy how society's changed to be more accepting of that. Where 10 years ago, people were like, what the fuck is he talking to himself about in the camera? Like he's not even on FaceTime. He's just making a video with himself. It's weird, right? So I think that's definitely true. You got to reach that moment where you're like, man, I don't give a fuck. You're always going to have haters. You're always going to have people that are going to disagree with what you are talking about. But through the power of social media, it's like the best advertising for yourself and whatever you're doing. Because, you know, people think like, oh, you only get 150 views. It's like, yeah, but before I would have to throw like a party or an event and then sell that shit for 2 months to get 150 people to show up and talk to me or just make a video. And 150 people are going to watch it, and maybe 5 are going to be interested in what I have to say, and that could be a potential piece of business.
It's very true, very true. I think a good mantra, too, to get over some of that, to then have no fear in posting is I heard something that was along the lines of, hey, if you had 100,000 followers, would you care about making that video? Right? You wouldn't care. You would just go out and do it. So I think I took that mindset of like act and walk around like I have 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And then eventually that'll come to fruition. And like you're saying, it's not about the followers necessarily or the views. When you're doing it for purposes to push a brand, to push a business, it's all about the audience that you're reaching. Like you said, I'd rather give me 150 views with 150 people that want my services versus a video that I make as a joke and it's 100,000 views.
That's right.